My mom wasn't really the biggest advocate of me like being in music or starting a career path in music. The first song I ever showed her, I was a featured artist. I was like doing like the hook or something. And she's like, this sounds rushed. After that, I just kind of got a little discouraged and I was like, okay, whatever. I won't ever show her anything else again. Then I made a song that I was really excited about and I showed it to her. And then she started getting teary eyed and she was just like, oh wow, this is amazing, Ania. Like you should keep going. You should keep going. And then that made me like, okay, now if my mom's saying I should keep going, then I should keep going because she ain't gonna tell me nothing that ain't true. I'm Ania. I'm an R&B artist. Family is really important to me. That's a big component of me wanting to be successful in the first place. It's like, I want to be able to buy my mom a house. My introduction into music is really my dad. He was a rapper. My grandfather was also an artist, so it's kind of like in my bloodline. I'm from Gardena, California, which is like, I want to say behind Inglewood. We always went to parties or we were always doing stuff like going to the bridge or going to the Grove or stuff like that. And music was heavily involved. So I also want to put Gardena on the map because I know there's not a lot of artists from Gardena. So I think it would be really cool to be a female artist doing R&B from Gardena. Number one would definitely be Aaliyah. Growing up, I always liked her, wanted to emulate her style. I would say Jhene Aiko, we're both Pisces, and recently Summer Walker. I'll know when something is finished when I have no more critiques because I'm such a perfectionist. I'll recut a song like 10, 12 times. That little part right there, we gonna have to do that over, or let's take that out, or let's do this, or let's do that. So if I'm listening to it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's done. Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, it's done. And my engineer, he'd be like, okay, like, are we done? Or you wanna keep doing it over and over and over and over? So a show that really impacted me, it was Jhene Aiko. She had a pop-up concert where it wasn't like an official like tour or anything. She just said, LA, meet me here in the next 30 minutes. And the first 200 people get in free. Going there, not knowing what to expect. You know, it wasn't a conventional show. Like she had a whole stage set up. It was like Alice in Wonderland themed. They made us put our phone in like a Ziploc so we couldn't, like, you know how normally you go to a concert these days and everybody's like, but at this one, like everybody was just focused on the artist. It was very intimate, like very, very intimate. She was performing and then she fainted and everybody was like, oh my God, Jhene, like, are you okay? Like, and then that was a transition into like the next act of the show. And I thought that was like really cool. I'm a big advocate for putting on a show. A lot of artists, you know, they like to just sing and be done with it. But I like the whole production of like being able to dabble into different parts of my craft and be creative and be able to add a story to me performing. The biggest challenge being an artist for me is living in my head. I am my biggest critic, and when people tell me things are good, I don't believe them. So I just feel like they're lying. I really like mentorship, and I feel like mentorship and togetherness is a really key component part in life in general. So I definitely would want to open up a group home where women can explore different avenues of like career paths, like if they want to get into music or if they want to get into arts or if they want to be in tech or whatever field that they want to be in. There's always a mentor there to like guide them and help them. So a mantra that I tend to live by, my mom always says faith without works is dead. I always try to make sure that I'm not just hoping and praying for something and then not actually doing the work, the inner work, the outer work, things of that nature. Success to me is when I feel like I'll be able to enjoy luxury. And not luxury like material things, but the luxury to get up and do nothing if I want to, or the luxury to get up and make myself breakfast. I really truly want to show my mom and my grandmother like a different lifestyle because they've definitely worked really hard throughout their lifetime. I want them to be able to enjoy luxury. So I feel like when I'm successful, I'll know because I'll be able to do things for them. I'm still kind of feeling like the girl in high school that wasn't really like that popular or like didn't have a lot of friends. So I feel like I make music for people who are still coming into their own and trying to find their confidence and trying to find out like who they are and where they want to go in their life.